Hello everyone, Master Kenny Limerick here again with our 9th form. This is Chang, form that is required for promotion from brown belt to red stripe. I may have inadvertently labeled this one as our 8th form in the previous 2 videos, but it is actually our 9th form. So this is the 3rd of 3 videos for Chonji and Chang. The first video covered basic footwork. The second video discussed broad movements. This is our fine-tuning, refining, and troubleshooting video. So I'm going to go over some common problems that people encounter with this form and some suggestions for improving it. The first thing that I want to talk about is the angle that the form makes. If you trace out the pattern, the form makes this shape. You're starting at the tip of the inverted V, moving down, back up, back up. Now, the form was specifically designed to accommodate different spaces. Ideally, if you have unlimited room, you'll do the form at a 45-degree angle going in the first direction, and then a 45-degree angle going in the opposite direction. But the form is actually designed in such a way that you can change this shape to this or this, depending on how your workout area is arranged. So if you're in a very narrow area, you just narrow up the form. The important thing to remember, 2 points. 1, your first step is really going to set the angle that you now need to follow, and I'll explain what I mean by that in just a moment. 2, once you've established an angle on one side, you should match that angle on the other side. So, while this is ideal, and this is fine, don't do this or this. If I start out going a little bit more narrow on my angle on the first leg, I need to be equally narrow on the second leg. All right? So, make sure that I'm staying in frame. Because this form covers so much distance, I will need to probably move around a little bit, and I'll try to make it clear when I'm doing that, when it's not intentionally part of the form. Chonji position, feet shoulder width, hands directly in front. My first move sets my angle. I'm going to step back with my left foot into a very deep front stance, kind of like form keybone, but looking over my right shoulder. Here. The line that is drawn between my ankles, or heels rather, is the line that I have established as my line for the form. So if I need to make this form shallower, I'll be more like this. If I need to make the form wider, I can be more like this. Ideally, the line between my heels is approximately a 45-degree angle. Rising section block, knife hand down block, looking over the right shoulder. Next move, connecting side thrust kick. So I'm going to kind of hop into this. And that's that top part of the inverted V. I land in my back stance, chamber, double knife hand. Now, officially, the next 2 moves, the inward knife hand and the spinning outward knife hand, do not have specified stances. They're just called transitional stances. However, we have found that if you treat them as back stances, it keeps your angle very sharp. It keeps you going where you're intending to go. Whereas if you're more in a front stance, it tends to widen the form out. So I want all of my students to do these in back stances. I'm going to step forward, chamber up by the ear with my right hand, back stance, inward knife hand strike, full reaction hand. As I spin, I'm going to chamber properly for my outward knife hand strike. And again, full reaction hand. So I've ended in a left back stance. Now I step forward, chamber by the ear, inward knife hand strike in my front stance. I want you to watch what happens if I do front stances there instead of back stances. All right, so here, here. If I do my back stances, 1, 2, 3, I end up right about here. If I do those as front stances, I'm going to shift over because I've now got this width. Here, 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 and I've moved quite a ways off my original angle. All right, so we really want those to stay tight, make them back stances. It will definitely make it easier. 1, I up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Connecting front snap, grab the lapels, make sure that your right hand is on top. Common mistake on this one is reversing, and if you reverse, your arm will not be in position to clip them under the chin. So I've grabbed, pull them in and sink into a back stance. When I pull, I'm pulling to my midsection. A common mistake here is pulling off to the side. Pull directly to your midsection. Hold them in. Now I shift out, lift their chin up with my open hand, arc hand strike. Another common problem in this form is doing a closed rising block rather than an open knife hand. You're really doing less of a block here and more of a clip them under the chin to lift their chin up and expose the neck. All right, now, rear leg roundhouse kick, half spin hook, land, chamber, guard. This flying back fist, if you think of the foot that comes behind as kind of a stop, that will help you get the right direction and momentum. What you don't want to do is leap up into the air and come down. It's not that. It's lunging forward here. When I unwind, if I unwind on the balls of my feet, I will end up in a very awkward back stance. So instead of this, which you can see crosses my feet and is very unwieldy and awkward, instead, my right foot, I'm going to pivot on the heel. My left foot, I'm going to pivot on the ball of the foot. There, there, and now I end up in a pretty solid back stance. Outward knife hand strike, step punch, step, double palm heel, yell, ayah. All right. Bring your knees up to your chest as you jump. The higher off the floor you are, the longer time you have to complete the circle. If you are unable to jump, that's fine. This particular technique can be stepped through. You know, if you're nursing bad knees, bad hips, not comfortable jumping, and we don't want to risk our joints, you can step all the way through, and that is absolutely fine. If you want to jump, but you want to make it a little bit easier, draw that foot back. So now I'm in a parallel stance. Jump, and that's a little bit easier for most people. If you want to do it just by the book, from here, leap and land. Double knife. Now the next sequence is exactly like the other side. I'm going to step into a back stance, although it's technically just a transitional stance. It could be anything. Inward knife, spin, chamber, outward knife. Watch the reaction hands on both of those. Step forward, front stance, inward knife. Connecting, front snap, land, grab them, lead hand on top. Pull straight into the center line, straight in. Clip them under the chin as you shift back out into your front stance. Arc hand strike with the right to the throat. Roundhouse kick, half spin hook kick, guard. Same thing here with the flying back fist. You do want to make certain that you are not coming up and down. You want to drive forward here. Unwind this time on the heel of the left foot and the heel of the left foot and the toes. Reverse that. I'm not going to redo the video, but I want to unwind on heel of left, toes of right to come into my back stance. And that is with an outward knife hand strike. Step forward punch, step back, kneel. Now, the front rolling fall is difficult if you're not already comfortable with falling techniques. I'm not going to go into a huge amount of detail on that, but think about taking your back foot and dragging it across the ceiling in a straight line as you do the fall, and that will keep you straight. You don't want to turn over and turn it into a barrel roll. You want it to largely be head over heels. You'll lead slightly with the right shoulder. I'm going to move back a little bit. At this point, this is the last move in the form. We should be aiming at our starting position. You can adjust a few things with the form at the last moment to get you back to where you started. So from here, I'm going to reach out, make my wheel if I need to. Back leg comes up high. I turn right back into that same kneeling front stance. As I come up, rising knife hand, reach hand vertical to the groin. Ayah! And that happens ayah simultaneously. From here, left foot returns. Chonji, Chonji and Samchang.